Alright, here we have the VM9022HD from Jensen. I reviewed this before in the previous video, but this is just a much better one, better camera. Now in HD, just click the 720p button on the YouTube settings. So here it is in the off state. As you can see, mine is a little bit cleaner in terms of just the badging. That is what, and the reason being is because I have removed them. Normally, if you look at my older videos or the pictures, you see a Jensen logo here and the model number here, and it says MOSFET power right here. I just didn't like too much going on. There's already a lot of labels and things like that. I like a nice clean look just to match the interior, and you can see it's a fairly nice unit. um, 7-inch motorized. I believe it's 7-inch. Jesus, it's been so long. You can check the settings and the links for all the specifics. But let's go ahead and turn it on and take a look. By the way, this is in Mitsubishi Montero. That unit there above is a stock data. Just some information about the car. So here we go. Lights are blue. Everything matches. If you have if your vehicle has a lot of blue lighting, there's the whole theme of the Jensen unit is blue. You can't really change it. So we have a video here. As you can see, it did restart right from where I left off, and that's a nice feature. It has a lot of nice memory features. So every time you restart something, it goes back to where you were playing it before. It's also easy to hack, so it can play videos while you are driving. Just do a search on YouTube. It's a general Jensen code, not just specific to the VM9022. So as I mentioned, this is the 9022HD. Only difference between that and the non-HD is obviously the HD radio. The other one is the HDN, which has a built-in navigation. I do have the Nav101 add-on unit, which you can see in my other review. I put the box here, and here's a breakout box for USB, auxiliary inputs, things like that. There's a included iPod cable, even a nice screen cleaner wiper thingamajig. And let's go here, see as you can see, has a lot of different sources. I've connected everything except for satellite radio and a rear view camera, and everything's fairly fast. Let's take a look at the menu and how USB playback is here. I noticed with some other ones, mostly the cheaper China no-name brand, the interface is just horrible when playing USB SD. The Jensen is a pretty good unit. Then again, some people may think Jensen is lower end. It's audio box, and surprisingly, they make a lot of, this is my first Jensen unit, and I've owned some other brand names, and surprisingly, it has a lot of nice features. Most notably, just detail in the settings, which I'll get to in a little bit. What else can I say about that here? Well, here's just the general user interface with USB or SD card media playback. Only thing I don't like is it kind of just stays. If the title is long, it doesn't scroll. It does scroll here, as you can see. And for all you audio files, in terms of EQ, here we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 band EQ. You can see the different settings there. It's very good. You have your own user customization, obviously the presets, and here's the fade and balance, which is really nice. As you can see here, you can fade and balance each speaker. Most stereos, they just do fade to the front or the rear, left and right. This you can do individual ones, so if you just want front left, you can lower that, and vice versa, which is very nice. Also, this is 5.1. You can see here it has a center output, both powered by the deck or RCA output for external amp, as this does decode Dolby Digital sounds properly. So it's a very unique unit that most don't do at this price range. And let's see here. Let's check the settings. The only thing, it does radio RDS, which means it shows the names. I'll get to it a little bit later. Here's the audio portion. Now it's on stereo because it's on USB. When you are playing a DVD, it does save it to the surround settings that I have there. And Pro Logic 2, for 2-channel matrices. You can either pick music, movie, or matrix simulated. And it has a nice, you can pick the subwoofer filter, 80 hertz, 50. Wish I had the 60. Some may feel 50 is too low, but I don't know if we can focus on there. But 100, 120, and 150. And here's the speaker setup. As you can see, 5.1. You can select it right now and have 4.1. I don't have a center speaker hooked up. So there you have it. One of the negatives is unfortunately you can't customize in terms of color and other settings. There's really no flashy fancy shows and demos when you're playing music. It does have the EQ here, but that's pretty much it. That's the overall GUI for everything, including the radio. Now at the time that I purchased this, now this is an older unit if you take a look, but at the time this was the only double DIN that had, and if you got the HDN version, built-in navigation, DVD, HD radio built in, Bluetooth built in, SD, like I mentioned, USB, rear view camera, dual zone. I mean, it was featured filled. I mean, I checked in comparison to all the other brand names, and this was it. Nothing topped it at the time. Perhaps now there are, but most of them require such things as add-on units that you would have to purchase separately and things like that. So I think I'll split this review up in two, but this is just a general part of it here, and just look forward to the next video for more details.